Well, hello, my loves. It's been so long since we've done a spooky story, hasn't it? Way too long. I don't really have a good reason for it, other than I was just busy with stuff, busy being sick, just busy bee. But while I was sick and while I was busy with other stuff, Fredward and I were busy watching Supernatural on Netflix, and that made me really want to get more into the folklore type of stories. So I got this new book called Freaky Folklore, and I haven't had much time to read through it, probably because I've been busy watching Supernatural. So anyway, there's a lot of good folklore stories in here. I have thumbed through it, and I chose to do this episode on Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers, I don't know a whole lot about the story, about the folklore, but it's always frightened me. Like the idea of a shapeshifter, curse, that type of stuff, Navajo legend. It's terrifying, absolutely terrifying, but it makes for excellent movies and books. So stay tuned, because that's what this episode's about. Don't go anywhere. Don't. Sit. Fredward, tell them to sit. He said sit. Let's get started. So Skinwalkers are believed to be witches or immoral medicine men or women who have attained the highest priestly level, but have chosen to use their powers to cause injury and suffering to other people. The Navajo referred to this witch as Ye-Natalushi, and I probably butchered that. I hope not, but I did the best I could. Which translates to, with it, he or she goes on all fours. Right away we think of like this wolf type monster, right? You know, Skinwalker. Okay. So every tribe is cautious to discuss Skinwalker mythology with outsiders or to divulge it to anyone who they do not trust. It's like a big thing. According to Navajo folklore, the Skinwalker is described as completely nude except for like a wolf or coyote hide that they wear. They are referred to as a mutant form of the relevant animal by some Navajo people. Perhaps the skin is only a mask as to what evil lies underneath. Skinwalkers are characterized as swift, agile, and hard to catch, although there have been some attempts to shoot or kill one. Typically everyone fails, so that's not good. Analogous to the werewolf, the Skinwalker is a shapeshifter who can alternate between human and animal forms, especially at nighttime. Well, of course it's at nighttime, because that's when it's the most creepiest. Wouldn't have it any other way. A Skinwalker can take on the appearance of any animal, such as a wolf, coyote, fox, bear, deer, owl. Navajo mythology claims that Skinwalkers have the ability to read people's thoughts, because that makes it even more creepy. They also have the capacity to produce whatever human or animal noise they want. In order to entice victims from the security of their homes, a Skinwalker may impersonate a family member, such as an aunt or a grandmother, or imitate a baby's cry. A Skinwalker cannot move naturally while taking on an animal shape, making them easily distinguishable from real animals by both humans and other animals. For some reason, even a skilled Skinwalker is unable to achieve the ideal animal gait or produce proportionally accurate sized animal tracks. So it's kind of like a carbon copy, but not really. Kind of like that. So only by learning a Skinwalker's true human identity can he or she be defeated. Listen up, y'all, because you might need to know how to defeat a Skinwalker. This is possible if the Skinwalker is located and brought back to his or her home. Or, in some tales, if a Skinwalker sustains an injury and the identical wound is later discovered on a human, according to legend, an individual of Navajo descent would have to proclaim, "You are a Skinwalker." They have to be told. First pronouncing the name in order to identify the person concealed behind the Skinwalker. Then, 3 days after, that person would either become ill or die as a result of the injustice that they had done. So, what is it, a wasp or a bee? I think it's a wasp or something. Some kind of bee that stings, you know, when they sting, then they die. So it's kind of like that for Skinwalkers. When they kill, that's what I'm gathering here. I don't know. I could be wrong. And although killing the Skinwalker in human form is very hard, there are techniques to defend yourself. One way to kill a Skinwalker is said to be to shoot it with a bullet coated with white ash. We all need to know that. That's good stuff. Good information here to protect ourselves. So while camping deep in Chippewa National Forest, Minnesota, 4 young friends encountered this legend known by the Navajo. But will any of them live to tell the tale? I hope so, because I'm reading it here in the book. Just messing around. I'm safe up here, Sky murmured to herself. The teenage girl sat flat against the floor of the rotting wooden watchtower. The edges of the platform beneath her were not far, and she dreaded the thought of inching close to peer over. Jeremy had gone out to retrieve kindling for the campfire. He never came back. They found little more than his left sneaker and a bloody human tooth. Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. That doesn't look good at all. Garrett and Caitlin had gone to look for him. Garrett had come back, struggling to describe what he had seen. He had watched Caitlin getting dragged away by her scalp. That sounds very painful. And freaky. Sky had then gone with Garrett, attempting to escape the forest and find their way back to the truck. Landmarks began to repeat. They kept going through like this deja vu type of thing. There was no way, Sky wondered, that this forest contains the same moss-covered wooden sign with the same writing misspelled over and over. In an identical way every 100 yards. Even so, they had indeed passed such a sign over a dozen times. When Sky broke down and fell to her knees, Garrett yelled at her to get up. When she did not respond to him, he left her. What a shit. He literally left her? It took her a couple of hours to try to stand up on her trembling legs. I mean, I would be absolutely fucking frightened too, so yeah, I get it. By then, she could not see or hear Garrett in any direction. She had become lost, meandering off the path, hoping for a change in scenery and perhaps finally finding a way out of the forest. She stumbled upon this decrepit watchtower. Quickly she climbed it, thinking the sooner she was up, the less likely that thing, whatever it was, would see where she had gone. Surely it hadn't seen her climb up here, she thought, whatever that thing might be. Sky! A familiar voice called up from somewhere below. It sounded deep, gravelly, and winded. Garrett? Sky could hardly whisper, even with her friend nearby. She quivered at the thought of giving away her position. Clearing her throat, she tried again, keeping a wide berth from the edges. Garrett! Sky? Thank God you're okay. The pitch of the voice heightened and frantic footsteps followed. Garrett sounded close to the base of the watchtower. I thought you left me. Sky's eyes watered. Her stomach tightened. I'm sorry, Sky. I shouldn't have left you. I was scared. She heard a thunk-thunk as he began climbing the steps of the watchtower. I am coming up. It's not Garrett. For some reason, as the footsteps got closer, Sky's heart began to beat faster and faster in her chest. And then suddenly, the footsteps stopped just before the hinged door in the floor. Suddenly, the door flew open with such a force that some of the old wood splintered and flew off, scattering around the floor. Sky should have screamed, but she couldn't. She was paralyzed with fear. Just like Fredward back there. He's scared shitless. Garrett? Was all that she could manage to utter before witnessing the top of her friend's head slowly ascend from the hole in the floor. His hair was a disheveled mess, and his face was coated in a mixture of sweat and mud. Wide-eyed and with his mouth agape, Garrett's appearance sent a wave of revulsion through Sky's entire body, causing her to vomit. She realized in horror that the only thing attached to Garrett's head was a large hand with long, hairy, clawed fingers gripping it by the scalp. Told you it wasn't Garrett. So, okay. The one Skinwalker, that is more well known is named let me see here. It says, a Cherokee legend that has the ability to shapeshift in order to lure her prey. Numerous accounts of her trickery, including shapeshifting into her victims after hiding the body and entering the victim's home to wait until the family is asleep before taking all of their lives. Parents would caution their children about exploring the forest by themselves because Spearfinger would be waiting for them. And she made sure their children understood she would pose as their grandmother or favorite aunt. So Spearfinger is the more well-known skinwalker in the Navajo legend. And I'll show you a little picture. So, it's probably not the scariest picture of a skinwalker I've ever seen, but you get the drift, right? Let me know in the comments if you guys have stories about skinwalkers, if you can link me to something, another YouTube video or something. I'm interested in learning more about skinwalkers. The only real stuff I knew, is that it was a Navajo legend and that they were shapeshifters. So I didn't actually know at all that it was attributed to it being a witch or a medicine man or woman that uses their power for evil. I never knew that part. So that's really interesting to me. I guess I should have known, witch or demon, because those are some of Folklore's first shapeshifters. So that does make sense. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you have any folklore stories that you would like me to know about, and talk amongst yourselves. I hope to have another video very, very soon. It's spooky season, so I need to get down with my spooky. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.